live. Oh, there it is. There we is. Yeah, back. Let's check out the back shot. I rotated. Well, welcome to the channel, Mr. Piano Dollar Sign Carlton Moxley. Rosanna Dana. I saw Rosanna Dana in Chinatown years ago. I was at the height of I was catching the bus. I haven't caught the bus in years, but I was traveling around, taking a sabbatical, living downtown on the streets, doing pretty good for myself, making my own money. I was living in stick pads. I gotta do a whole thing on stick pads. Whoops. I have my, I turned the screen vertical. Is that vertical? Yeah, vertical. And but I have a iPad holder back behind here. I need to drop this like it's really, really hot. Drop that all the way down. It's an iPad holder. This way I can fly. Whoop. Still got to drop it some more. Yeah. So that's vertical. And this is horizontal. This one's a horizontal. That's a big, huge, humongous. Flungus is among us. The fungus is humongous. And I'm relaxing, man. I'm not gonna be pressed. I don't have any obligations. I don't need to prove nothing to nobody but myself. Prove something nobody wants to. Oh, is the microphone on? Yeah, microphone is on. See if my keyboard is on. Shift. Keyboard is on. And I'm wondering why. I'm looking at Pro Tools. Let me show you something. Let me show you. Let me show you. I says no viewers. Let me see here. Let me go over here and give myself a. Is that me? That's not me. Okay, here I am live. Do I have to change my Here I am live. Do I have to change my No, I hear myself. Some cameras need to be a little bit more. Guess one need to I guess I need to wipe the lens down. Dusty lens cap. I didn't clean. I always clean my glasses off every morning when I sat at the studio. But here we is, and Mr. Piano Dollar Sign. I'm gonna introduce myself. I'm a Washingtonian, born and raised. I was born when we lived on 15th Street Southeast. This was what they call project housing. Because I remember one day I went to school, the lady, the substitute teacher asked me, where you live? And I live in a house down the street. She said, a house? And I said, yeah, right 15th place. She kept saying a house, like, and one of the other substitutes said, it's project housing. Project housing. It was still, I went home and told my mama what they said. She said that, my mama told me, she said, it's still a house, no matter what they say. She said, they just jealous. Hating. They was hating way back in I was born in 1956, so I think I was 56. I might have been 5. Let me see, started school at 5. I started school late because I didn't want to go to no daycare or preschool. I didn't want to go preschool. But I say that to say, what was I saying? I was saying a whole bunch of stuff. I was born in project housing, they called it. I think we was one of the first families to move in there. Southeast Washington, D.C. They hoarded everybody into the same. You know, it was so funny that it was very few light-skinned people in my neighborhood. Like, you know, they didn't want to give light-skinned people. They only gave the darkest-skinned people project housing. You know, when you went to apply, there was a white couple in our neighborhood too. Irish. It was his father wore a kilt. What is that, Irish or Scottish? But I remember every time the little kid would get hurt and go in the house and tell his father would say, "Take it like a man. Take it like a man." One day he had a big old scar on his. He had a wound, not a scar. A wound. The pink meat was showing, like what's his name? What's his name? Barney Mac. Bernie Mac would say that to the white meat show. The white meat was showing. And his father sent him back out and said, "Take it like a man." So one of the girls in our neighborhood bandaged him up. But he was a tough little what we call white boy. We was Irish. They say white, the term white was created here in Americas. Was created here. Everybody wasn't, it was only Europeans who were white. And then slowly but surely, everybody else started getting squeezed in there. Started getting, they wanted to be classified. But that's a whole nother story. You can go look up, if you really want to get some history on that, type in, "I just come to make you think." I just come to make you think. Oh, I got 4 chats. I gave myself 4 chats. 1 thumbs up. And anybody here? Nobody here but us chickens. But anyway, I'm just rattling on about, I was born and raised Southeast Washington, D.C., project housing. Like I said, it was only like 1 white kid in my neighborhood. And then we moved out of project housing, moved into a house. It was called Anacostia. And actually, it was Congress Heights. Years later, they moved Anacostia up the hill and called it Anacostia. But it was Portland Street and Nicholas Avenue. They changed Portland Street to Malcolm X Avenue, and they changed Nicholas Avenue to Martin Luther King Avenue. And I used to see Petey Green used to volunteer when Petey Green was going to retire. He volunteered in a neighborhood health center. Yeah, Petey Green. Up the street. And I didn't know how much power Petey Green had on MTV. He didn't let nobody tell him what to do. He was in such demand that they had to let him do what he wanted to do. Well, anyway, let's get. Like I said, I turned this screen vertical. This my middle screen here. And this middle screen right here is vertical. It's the long way. Because I got tired of looking up at the air, looking up in the air. The screen was up in the air, so I did this. Here we are here, and this is the screen over here. So let's look and see what's going to happen. What will happen if I opened up Pro Tools? Just for grins. And plus, I have a new chair. I have a new chair here, and get ready to steam it. But for now, let's open up. Let's see how Pro Tools is going to look in here. Let me go to my 3 screens. Nice and cool in here. The fan blowing. And let me go here and I'm gonna have to keep swiping back and forth, y'all, to see who in the chat room, okay? But here we are. Here go Pro. Here go. My father would say, "I'll say, here go Pro Tools." My father would say, "Where's it going, Carlton?" But there it is, right there. And let's highlight it. Pro Tools. The original MIDI device associated with the MIDI controller cannot be located. And I have on my I have my Machina just turned on for grins, and I have my S1 keyboard plugged in. I'm gonna keep it plugged into it. Everybody else got theirs working, but I think I probably had to register it. I don't know why this thing don't want to work, but I have an X-Touch single fader. I saw a guy who had at least 30 or 40 key synthesizers, and he had this X-Touch Behringer controller, all that stuff he had. So I have my And my sister was talking about, she was looking at, my sister has a sewing studio. And she was talking about, she was on YouTube, I mean, checking out other people. She was talking about how epic and large and how other people's studios are really humongous. And her studio is no slouch. Her studio is no slouch. You know what? I'm gonna have to move my overhead stand a little bit. Right now it's okay. Actually, I do need to move it a little bit. Let me go. Hold on a second. Let me just go ahead and finish opening up. First things first. Let me I'm gonna have to slide my overhead boom over. And actually, you know, this overhead boom. This was a lamp. This was a lamp. I took a lamp apart and turned it into a boom. And let's just move this over as far as it can get away from the, so it won't be in front of the stem won't be in front of the camera. And let me go ahead and do my overhead camera, adjust that, put that back where it should be. Alrighty, here. Let's see if I can, oh, I don't have to move anything. I have to move nothing. Okay, that's a overhead. And just move this a little bit so I can see the, well, you know what? I'm gonna have to move this forward a little bit because I want to be able to see my lights. Oh, I don't have no lights on it. Yes, I do. I have green lights here. But let me see if I can rearrange this a little bit better than it is. Okay. Whoop. Is it going to stretch any? No, it's not going to stretch anymore. They working on, they got a year project here working on, they're going to turn this into a fancy neighborhood. Yeah, there we are. And I can see my green lights and make this a little, let's see. And I can see everything here. I see my pads and yours truly. It's almost, it's getting epic up in here, y'all. I can push this back some. Stand, table. Oh, it won't go back. That's a nail on the floor down there. Let me get, I gotta crawl down here and get this. Back shot. And it's pretty, I like to see the floor. You know, I lived in an apartment, I had acquired so much stuff that I couldn't even see the floor. It's a nail, a pencil. It's a place for everything. And I want to put everything in its place. I might can put on my my studio shoes. I have shoes that I wear when I'm in the zone, when I'm feeling good. I'm put some glue on this chair to hold it down. I'll wait till I finish what I'm doing and then glue it. I'll drop it. Yeah, I'll do it later. But I want to, let me see, it's a whole bunch of stuff I was getting ready to do. Or I was going to slide this over some more. The keyboard. Ugh. Okay. Everything's far over as it's going to go. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to put on my Epic shoes. I remember years ago, I had to go to a rehab to do some things, get my discipline together. And I was looking in a magazine. I saw a guy had on a tuxedo. He didn't have a jacket on. He had a smoking jacket on, and he had these kind of like fancy kind of shoes with a little design on it. I said, man, I want to do that. I want to get when I get home. I want to get dressed up, give me a smoking jacket on, my good fancy slippers. You know, so now I gotta have my fancy slippers on, all right, and I have my Native American Aboriginal design here. And I have my everything here and put my feet up, see if I can see how comfortability I can get here. Like I said, I have my machine that's plugged in just for grins, even though it's not doing anything. Actually, I'm gonna find a good spot for it. It'll set right there. It's not gonna fall. Somebody else come in here, everything start getting knocked over. They don't know how things go in here. Let me see. I don't have YouTube on here, but it's on. I'm streaming. Yeah. Streaming live. Okay, let's just for grins. Now, I've been sitting here, I always do the same thing every morning. I sit here and a smoothie set here for, let me see how long I've been up. I'll tell you how long I've been up. It's a clock in here. It's a clock here. It's almost 11 o'clock. I always wake up at least by 6:30, 7 o'clock. So, see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4 hours I've been doing things. I gotta shake my, I have two fig trees. I was waiting for the soil to dry out so I could take it outside and shake them out. I might want to put them in the same pot. And it's a couple of bamboo plants in the new one that I have. But and plus I have a new chair back here. I need to have a new chair. I was seeing. I thought my camera was looking at YouTube. But let's go ahead and for now let me put YouTube. I mean Pro Tools. Line it up on the screens here. Okay. Okay. I want to see how this mixer gonna fare on the screen. See how it's gonna look on the screen since it's turned sideways. Oh, it don't look bad. Let me see what happens if I fill up the screen. I'm gonna put everything. I'm gonna put view. I'm gonna put all. Maximum. With everything in there. I need to learn how to work all this stuff too anyway. Have everything. Can see everything in Pro Tools. Pull this a little bit here. Yeah, and let me slide my, that's in the middle screen. Slide my edit window right next to me. This screen is a little washed out. I need to find a remote control to change the color on it. It's a little washed out, but it didn't cost me nothing. It's upside down, actually. It's upside down. Let me see. Is it really? If I flip it, let me see something. Hold on, y'all. Hold on now, Baba Louie. Let's flip this thing. I'm gonna find some way to put my smoothie. I should have been guzzled this smoothie by now. It's been sitting here for at least 3 hours. Let me see you something. Let me show you something. Let me show ya. Let me show ya. Let me show. I should do that. I should sample that. Hallelujah. Let me show ya. Let me show ya something. I'm gonna flip this screen is upside down. This screen right here is upside down. Upside down. See what happens if I flip. If I flip it, let me see. If I flip it this way, what'll happen? All right, it was. I put it on upside down, I think. put it on upside down. Let's see. I can still see the big screen. If I'm setting right, okay, let me see where I'll be working at. I'll be working right here. I had to turn my head a little bit, move it over just a little. Turn, oh, the bezels. I forgot about the bezels. Oh, that's perfect. I can see the big screen the way I'm sitting here. I have to be right here, though. I can see the big screen. I can see this screen. Turn this a little bit. I can see my edit window. I have to turn my head like this. Like I say, it's kind of washed out. Do I have a I do have a remote control for this. Let me see something. I have a remote control. I might can change the colors. Here's a Samsung remote. I might can, let's see. Settings. Settings. See if it's going to. Oh, it's not. It says Samsung. Nope. Doesn't work on this one. That don't work. That's okay. It was free, so I shouldn't be complaining about too much, huh, man? It cost me a dime. Okay. And let's see. Move this up a little bit, my Phantom. Okay, let's look at all the windows. Okay. And look at the mixing window. Ain't that so cool, y'all? That's so cool. Now I'm trying to figure out what piano is playing. I'm gonna let's pull everything up in the mix window. Okay, see everything is up. I'm wondering why. I can turn the drum. I know no drums. I know no drums are coming out. Let's see. Turn off the folder. It's a folder right there. Drum folder. Yeah, drum folder. Wait a minute. I don't think I have this kick. It's not in the drum folder. When I hit that, it should have disappeared. I don't think I have the drums in the drum folder, y'all. Because if I hit it like this, the drum's supposed to disappear. Oh, I think it's in there. I think they did disappear. Let me see. Yeah, the drums did disappear. It's in the drum folder. Now, I'm wondering when I let this play, I'm trying to figure out where the piano is coming from. Let me show you something. Whoa! Oh man. I wonder what you guys are getting distortion. Okay, it's telling me overload. It's overloaded. Sure. That's distorted. Okay, that's an internal piano right there. That's my keyboard. Okay. Trying to figure out. Let me hit this again. Pro Tools. Pro Tools is telling me CPU is overloaded. Oh, that's another thing with Pro Tools. It's so temperamental. But I'm not gonna argue about the definition of the industry standard. Some people don't know the definition of that, and they take it out of context and they say, "Well, it doesn't mean which one is your favorite software or which one does most people use or which one you think is the best." That's not what it means. Industry standards means that the industry uses it as a standard recording. The big people, the people with the big money. I ain't gonna say big people because they might think they big. Let's see. Okay, here's my mix. I just wanted to see how it was playing. How if you guys were hearing it. Okay. Oh, it's up. What's the name is upside down here? One of my screens are upside. Oh, I just flipped it upside down. That's why it is. Hold on. I need to flip this screen upside right. Put it back to standard. Okay. Okay. All right. So there's everything Pro Tools right there. And I'm wondering why. Let me see if I move this thing a little closer to me. Oh, come on now. I'm rearranging my screens. Uh, I was rearranging my screens a little bit better here. Just get everything nice and set up. All right. This thing is washed out. I'm gonna see if I can. Let's see if I can go in here and no. Let's see. Whoops. I'm gonna see if it's going to let me. Okay, here's picture. Okay, I can tighten it up a little bit here. Let's see if it's going to. Okay, that's looking a little darker. There we are. Whoop. See contrast. Picture size, width, auto. Hold on, let me get comfortable right here. I might can get the screen looking a little better than it is. Picture. Okay, the brightness doesn't. The brightness thing is broken. Contrast is not working either. Let's see. Picture sharpness. It's not. Yeah, the brightness is broken. Color. Let's see. Picture. Oh, there it is. Oh, I see. There it is. Fast. Standard. There it is. Yeah, it was all washed out. Okay, that's it. Yeah, I see what it is. Okay, let's, oh, here's some. Here's the brightness. Whoops. Picture. Standard. Okay. Cinema. All right. I have everything here now. That's what I wanted. Cinema. Say brightness. Dark it up a little bit. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking. I thought the screen was no good. You know, you got to go for what you know, man. Even if you don't know, go for it anyway. Okay, how do you exit? Okay. That's a lot better. Whoa, my screen is back. I just thought, I just accepted the fact that it was all washed out. I thought that was all I could have. You can have more than what you got, man. God is good. Blame it on God. Ah. All right, let's go back here. Yeah, I got my screen back. Got my screen back. Okay, let's go look at this. Okay, there's my faders. Here's my, let's see. And I don't need this bass showing right now. Well, I'm gonna leave it there. It's not hurting nothing. My keyboard, my piano. Now I have audio. I think I recorded audio. Okay, the piano is nothing on the piano. Let it play. Is it hooked up? Okay. Okay. It's something playing. I'm gonna mute solo the piano. No, it's nothing playing on the piano. Yes, it is. I'm muted. I'm soloing the piano and something. I don't see anything. I don't see no virtual instruments. I was just fooling around yesterday. Why is it the piano playing and there's nothing on it? Superior Drummer's on here. I'm gonna put nothing. Get rid of that Superior Drummer. Oh, it was playing. It was I don't know how it was playing. I don't know how it was playing through Superior Drummer, but I don't have anything on here. Let's just go ahead and I use Contact 8, and there's a in Native Instruments. There's a thing that has Pro Tools on it. In order for it to work, usually, you know, I don't endorse Sweetwater, but they have the best support. When you buy something from them, if it's not working, you call them. That's why I'm not so crazy. I had some experiences with Guitar Center or one of them places. American Music or American Music Supply. They don't support their American Music Supply supports theirs, but something I bought. I think it was Guitar Center. What's the other one? Guitar Center is another one. But Guitar Center used to be a pawn shop years ago. It was a Guitar Center. People took, it was a pedal, mostly pedals, because I remember a guy used to take me there. It looked like a dump. It looked like a pawn shop. And anyway, they used to just be, well, they blew up. I'm not mad at them. It's just that I don't think once they don't have the longest, they don't have as long as a warranty as Sweetwater does. And plus they have online support. But they don't, like I said, they don't pay me for saying that. Now here's the piano. I was wondering why the piano. Okay, now there's my piano. Is it playing? I don't see it. I see it's not actually playing the grand pure. Let me see, I don't know why. Okay, my click, my number pad's working where I can turn the click off and on. I know a bunch of my Pro Tools I know a bunch of Pro Tools keyboard shortcuts. Okay, okay. This should be on Phantom. Let's see, wait a minute. Here's a piano up here. Okay. Okay. Okay, now that's playing the now that's playing the ground. I don't know what it was playing at first. Let me unmute this. I don't know what it was playing at first. But there's my piano. I guess I had to put a plug in on here. When am I coming through? I'm coming through. Like I said, I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on this. I just like Pro Tools. But there's my piano. Let me see if you guys if it's coming through. It's not coming through you guys. Let me see if it's coming through the Phantom. Nope. I might have to make another one. Say it's Pro Tools. Whoops. What did I do? I don't know what I just did. Okay. Let's make another track here. Turn this off for a second. I'm gonna turn this Phantom into see if it'll show Pro Tools. There's Pro Tools. Pro Tools Bridge. Let's see. It should be showing right there. I don't see it. No, it's not playing. It should be coming right out, but it's not. So I can make another. I should be able to make another one right here. It usually lets me make another one right here. Let me show you. What screen was this? That's not it. It's the middle screen. Okay. And you see that little green? That's my microphone. I know it's real small. But usually if I hit this add audio, it would add audio. So it's not working. So I'm going to sign off and see if I can get it. You know what? I'm going to sign. Wait a minute. Am I still alive? Yeah. I'm going to sign off and be right back. Be right back.